Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praises, glory, and honor, which is due unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and lead the flock by example, and Shalom to the elect. Pretty much, man, the elect in Israel, okay, the elect of Yahweh Shai. And pretty much, man, I watched the video, I watched the movie Django Unchained yesterday, for this, I think maybe the second time. I hadn't watched it in a while, and pretty much, man, what I kind of thought about when I was watching the whole thing was obviously vengeance. Okay, the character Django, played by Jamie Foxx. In the end, he set fire to that Calvin Candy, played by Leonardo DiCaprio. He played the Edomite slaver, and pretty much, man, he set his house on blaze and got his vengeance. Okay, and made me think of a couple scriptures. Now the Lord's gonna come with fire, Yahweh Shai. Okay, which that's Django Unchained is a good movie, but that's fiction. Okay, but Yahweh Shai returning, that's non-fiction. Okay, you got a lot of people out there, they like to bash the Bible, say, well, it was a fictional book. Okay, which they're fools. All right, this book is a book of testimonies, of prophecies, of history, of laws. Okay, and lamentations, mourning, and woe, as it says in the scriptures, man. And I was meditating on Yahweh Shai returning and destroying this place, and how he's going to do it in such style. Because I remember at the end of the movie, after he set blaze to the Edomite's house, he was on his horse, and they didn't just ride off into the sunset. He stunted, man. He did a little. He started turning with his horse. Then his horse started doing this this walk with its, lifting out his leg in front. And it got me thinking about how when Yahweh Shai returns, you see Esau, he gets messed with by these chariots, the so-called UFOs, the chariots of the Lord, man, and that's in the scriptures. Okay, in fact, let me get let me open up a new tab, and then let me get Zechariah, the 5th chapter. All right, this is Zechariah 5:1. It says, "Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll." So when Zechariah the prophet was seeing this, he saw what? He saw a chariot. That's what a flying roll is. Okay? There weren't no planes in that day. Okay? This wasn't no helicopter. This wasn't a drone. Okay, it was a chariot, a so-called UFO, for you to understand. And he said unto me, "What seest thou?" And I answered, "I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits." Okay, so Zechariah was he was describing what this chariot looked like. Okay, people call it. It was like a relatively long chariot. We said a flying roll. People call it tic tac. UFO is a relatively small UFO. Okay, a relatively small chariot that Zechariah was seeing. And it says, "Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and every one that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief." Now who's the house of the thief? Who's the thief? That's Esau. Okay, the so-called white man. Okay, "and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof." All right. So, what's Yahweh Shai coming back to do with the angels of heaven, man? Okay, he's coming back to take this man out of his power. Okay. First of all, you can have Babylon, which is America, be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. Okay, by the missiles. Okay, and also by the lasers from the chariots. Okay, that whole place is going to become it's going to become like the scriptures reference it as a lake of fire. You know, you ever look at a lake, it's a big body of water. Well, imagine that a big body of fire that's encapsulating the whole land. Okay? The whole land is going to be charred, man. Nuked. And also, okay, as an extension, Esau's empire, his power structure is going to be brought down, okay? You know, Europe and different places. So when Yahushua returns, man, he's coming to bring great destruction. He's coming to bring that fire, just like Django put that house on fire. But Yahushua is bringing that fire, man, and he's making a grand entrance too. All right, let's get that. Let's go from there to Revelation 1. He's making a grand entrance too, and you know that reminds me of another movie called The Count of Monte Cristo, and in that movie there's a scene where, you know, he goes away for a while, and then when he comes back, he makes a grand entrance, man. Okay, he comes in with this balloon. Well, Yahushua is coming with that huge chariot spoken of in 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter, by the prophet Esdras, man. Okay. Now let's read this in Revelation 1 and 7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds," and this is talking about Yahushua. Okay, this is the revelation, the revealing of Yahushua, Mashiach. "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so among." So the people are going to be screaming, people are going to be in his, like, losing it, man. Okay? Complete fear. "They also which pierced him," showing what? That there's reincarnation, because those that pierced the Lord when he was on the scene back in the Roman Empire, they're alive today, okay? Their spirit is in another body, okay? They've lived a life, and they're alive today, and hey, they're gonna behold him too. The ones that pierced the Lord, man. So when it says behold, he cometh with clouds, it's talking about what? That Yahushua is coming with the chariots, okay? Clouds, his chariot. Let's see if that Psalms brings it up in Psalms. There we go. Psalms 104 verse 3. "Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind." Sometimes, man, you know, the scriptures reference the chariot as a cloud. Okay, I'm going to give an example of that. All right, let's give another example. We already saw one example in Revelation 1. All right, which is the way that Yahushua is coming. He's coming, behold, he cometh with the clouds. Okay. Now, how do we know that ties up? Okay, let's find the precept for that. This is Acts chapter 1, verse 9. "And when he had spoken these things," it's called the ascension, "while they beheld, he was taken," he being Yahushua, the Messiah, "was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight." How did a cloud receive him? A cloud is just a vapor of water. How did a cloud receive him? Because it's talking about a chariot. Okay? And indeed, sometimes you even have chariots that look like clouds, man. They've got cloaking mechanisms and all sorts. "And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven, as he went up," because he was getting, you know, beamed up into the chariot, "behold, two men stood up by them in white apparel, which also said," and these are talking about angels, "which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua which is taken up from you into heaven shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven," man. So that's how Yahushua is coming back. Okay, he's coming back to bring great destruction. This is Isaiah 66 and 15. "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many." So many are going to be slain, man. Few are going to be saved. Okay, and when it's talking about the word plead there, the word there is shapat in the Hebrew. Let's go into that. It says to judge. So the Lord's coming to judge, punish. Okay, to judge this place. I had a scripture that from earlier. This is and you know, this is all inspired in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai by watching that movie. You know, I was just meditating on how, man, sometimes Esau be trying to get his jets to try and shoot, you know, and in fact, let me hold that. What's that, Revelation? Is that Revelation 20? If I'm not mistaken. maybe I'm mixing up with typing war in heaven. Yeah, Revelation 12. Right. And sometimes, man, you see Esau. You know, he gets these jets. And he tries to scramble these chariots. He tries to shoot lasers at it. And these chariots, which are the angels in them chariots, are playing about with him, man. Okay, doing all kinds of defying physics type stuff. Okay, going up into water, high speed. Okay, doing damn near cartwheels in the sky and all that, man. Okay, and we saw that, you know, brothers. We saw that when in Oxford Circus when we were teaching. See, Esau sent his centurions, the police, to try, and it was like a show of strength. You know, there's loads of them. Those are vans. It was almost to intimidate us, because usually they come up and ask questions here and there, and we just tell them, hey, we're just teaching the Bible. Okay, but this time they came up. I remember that day, man. They came up with a force. Okay, and you know what's funny, man? It's spiritual. I believe that the way it happened is that, you know, and the brothers that there, that, you know, would I believe would say similar. Okay, that when the police came up, they were bothering us and they're doing a show of strength. So the Lord had it where He showed His show of strength, that these are my men that you're messing with here. And then there was a fleet of chariots in the sky, man, and we were praising Yahweh Shmi Shai, and I believe even we were talking upon the chariots in the scriptures. Okay, when we were teaching. And we saw all these chariots, and some of them were faster than others. One of them was on like fire, I remember, man. It was red. It was a sight to behold, man. Okay. So our salvation, okay, which is nearer than we believe, is going to be a glorious one, man. Let me read this quickly, and I'm going to quickly get Isaiah 63. Isaiah 42 and 14. I have long time holden my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. So Yahushua can't wait to get his hands on these people, man. And you got to remember, hey, Yahushua is the Judite of Judites, man. Okay? He's coming to do it in style. And the angels too. They're coming to do it, you know, when Jake get down, man. Jake don't just, you know, Jake like to do things with flair. They don't just, you know, just do it. You know, that's why when people watch things like basketball or the or football or whatever, what do they like to watch? The flair, you know, those extra, them special moments, man. Okay, and who do you get that with from Jake? When the Edomites were playing basketball, it was boring. Okay, when Jake started to get up in the NBA, man, all of a sudden the flavor started to come out. And that's Israel. Okay, so that ain't no different when the Yahushua is coming. He's coming to bring great destruction. It's gonna be heavy, man, but at the same time, it's gonna be done in style, man. It's gonna be the grand entrance. Okay, the Lord's coming to visit the earth that He made. All right, let me quickly get Isaiah 63, then I'll jump to Revelation. This is Isaiah chapter 63. Verse 1, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? Okay, this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. Why? Because Yahushua could take, one angel could take this earth out. So Yahushua could just take this place out, man. Easy. But, hey, the Lord's making a show of strength. Okay, He's traveling in the greatness of His strength. I mean, what? He's bringing Michael. Okay, he's bringing... Okay, which one of the archangels, which Michael means he is like the power. Okay, and we know that the Lord is a man of war, so He's bringing Michael, man. What do you think that means? Okay, He's bringing the armada of angels. You know, armada meaning the fleet of ships. Okay, the whole the earth, the skies are going to be covered, man, with the chariots of the Lord. It's going to be a beautiful sight and a scary sight. Okay, scary for those that are not expecting it. Okay, the strangeness of His salvation. Wisdom Solomon 5. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. So Yahushua is coming to bring destruction, man. Okay, onto America, onto Edom. All right, He's going to trample them as you when you keep reading. Now I'm going to quickly get to Revelation 12 and 7, and it says, And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. All right. So this is what's going to be happening, and this is directly precepts with 2nd Ezra 13, because Esau's going to try and send his armies. Okay. All the remaining armies of the earth are going to try and fight against Yahushua. Okay, and lose miserably. There was nothing to, as it is written in Ezra, there was nothing to be perceived but smell of smoke, man. When Ezra saw that vision, he was afraid. That's what it says, and prevailed not, neither was there a place found in any more in heaven, man. Okay, the Lord is gonna completely destroy this, man, and clean this place up. Okay. And the Edomites, man, especially these elites, starting with the elites. Okay, let's read that in Psalms 149, straight to the point. Verse 8. To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all these saints. Praise ye the Lord. Okay, this is talking about what? The executing vengeance upon the heathen. Okay. And that movie Django, that's all about vengeance, man. So we're gonna have our vengeance, man, when the Lord has his vengeance. The Lord's coming back. Okay. And these Edomites, man, they're gonna feel that cold, that heavy, cold feeling of having them thick yokes, man, them thick chains on their necks, on their arms, okay, on their feet. They're gonna feel that cold iron, cold steel, man. And we can't wait. So Yahushua is coming soon, man, and he's bringing great vengeance, as it is prophesied. And we see the time, we're seeing all these signs of what's going on. We're just waiting for that MOTB. Soon as this devil starts pushing that MOTB and everything, like Apostle Tahar has been saying for years, everything's gonna move quick. Okay. So, man, Lord willing, this has been an exhortational, edifying lesson in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashmi Al Shai Bashim Makakadash. With that, man, I'm gonna say Shalom. Shalom to the elect.